Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Emily Simpson dubbed a professional victim as she responds to Heather Dubrow's shady confessional. Emily Simpson is getting called out again as she continues to talk about the body-shaming saga between her and Heather Dubrow. The duo recently squashed their beef on episode 13, but that storyline dragged out too long. Things took a turn after Heather invited all the women to be models for her event, and Emily felt insecure about the items that were chosen for her to wear. She attempted a conversation with Heather on episode 12, while they all gathered at Jennifer Pedrante's house. However, Alexis Bellino inserted herself into the conversation, and Emily stormed out without resolving things with Heather. The duo attempted another conversation at Shannon Beater's birthday lunch, and this time they were able to hash things out. However, Emily was recently asked about their tiff, and now she's getting bashed online for being a professional victim. Emily Simpson reacts to Heather Dubrow's shady confessional. Emily was a guest on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen and was asked about Heather's comment in her confessional. The RHOC star had initially expressed hurt that she was given a size 12 dress and Alexis was given the same style in a much smaller size. However, in a shady moment, Heather noted that Emily's dress was the appropriate size for her. "I was really taken aback by that cause I felt like it was a hit. An unnecessary hit," the brunette beauty admitted. She continued, "It actually just proved my point that I'm upset because people say things about me and then you took a hit and said something about me." RHOC viewers call out professional victim Emily Simpson. A clip of Emily's WWHL appearance was posted on Instagram, and while some people came to her defense, many called her out for playing the victim. "Emily is a professional victim. She can dish it but she can't take it," one commenter wrote. "Emily's always is the victim and Heather's the most pretentious thing going. Both can be true," reasoned someone else. A frustrated RHOC viewer exclaimed, "Get a storyline already. You have children and it's not great for them to witness this victim mentality, even if it's for a show." Someone wrote, "You always take hit at people, Emily. Don't dish them out if you can't take it." Another added, "Emily takes digs at everyone in her confessional, especially at Heather. In the world of the Real Housewives of Orange County, drama is practically a currency, and the latest spat between Emily Simpson and Heather Dubrow has stirred quite a buzz." Emily, never one to shy away from confrontation, recently found herself in the eye of a storm after Heather made some cutting remarks about her in one of the confessional interviews. In true Housewives fashion, Heather's commentary wasn't just shaded, it was a full eclipse. Heather, known for her sharp wit and polished delivery, commented on Emily's tendency to bring up past hardships and personal grievances in conversations. While Heather framed her remarks with a veneer of humor, viewers couldn't miss the biting undercurrent. It wasn't long before Emily, who has been open about her struggles with weight, self-esteem, and personal challenges, was labeled by some as a professional victim, a phrase that perfectly captured the essence of Heather's jab. In her confessional, Heather didn't hold back. She threw subtle shade about Emily's constant airing of grievances, painting a picture of someone who seems to find comfort in her role as the perpetual underdog. The remark, layered with Heather's signature deadpan delivery, had all the makings of a viral moment. Fans took to social media, quickly coining Emily as the professional victim of the franchise. It didn't help that throughout the season, Emily had repeatedly brought up her struggles, whether it was about her weight loss journey, the challenges in her marriage, or her strained friendship with the other women. Some fans were sympathetic, understanding that Emily's candor was a refreshing break from the glossy perfection the show often presents. Others, however, saw it as a pattern of behavior, a reliance on hardships to garner sympathy and stay relevant in the narrative. The term professional victim is a loaded one. It implies that someone isn't just experiencing hardships but actively leaning into them for attention or to manipulate a situation, and in the cutthroat world of reality TV, perception is everything. Emily, who has built a reputation for being both strong and vulnerable, suddenly found herself on the defensive. The narrative was shifting, and she knew she needed to respond. Emily Simpson's response came swiftly, as it always does. Known for her no-nonsense attitude and unfiltered honesty, she took to social media and her Bravo blog to clap back at Heather's comments. In her post, Emily didn't shy away from addressing the accusations head-on. She acknowledged that yes, she had been open about her struggles, but not for the reasons Heather implied. Emily framed her vulnerability as a strength, arguing that sharing her story was about empowering other women who face similar battles. "I'm not a victim," she wrote. "I'm a survivor. I share my story so that other women don't feel alone in their struggles. It's not about playing the victim, it's about being real." The response was a masterclass in flipping the script. By reframing her narrative, Emily not only defended herself, but also took control of how she was being portrayed. She called out the double standards often placed on women, particularly in a show like The Real Housewives, where showing vulnerability can sometimes be seen as a weakness, while presenting a polished, unflawed image is celebrated. "If I were to never talk about my struggles, I'd be called fake. When I do, I'm labeled a victim. You can't win," Emily remarked in her blog. What was particularly striking about Emily's response was how she deftly avoided making it a direct attack on Heather. She acknowledged the hurt but didn't stoop to insults or petty comebacks. Instead, she took the high road, subtly pointing out the hypocrisy in Heather's statements, without turning it into a full-blown feud. It was a smart move, one that allowed Emily to maintain her dignity while still delivering a sharp rebuttal. However, in the world of Housewives, no response goes unnoticed, and Heather was sure to have her own thoughts on Emily's clapback. Though she remained relatively quiet publicly, insiders suggested that Heather wasn't exactly thrilled with how the situation had played out. Heather, who has always carefully crafted her image as the chic, put-together housewife, likely didn't expect her shady comment to stir up such a storm. What she might have intended as a light-hearted dig had now turned into a full-scale discussion about victimhood, empowerment, and the way women are portrayed on reality television. Meanwhile, the fanbase was split. Some viewers praised Emily for standing up for herself and pushing back against a narrative that could easily paint her as weak or attention-seeking. Others, however, sided with Heather, feeling that Emily's continual discussion of her struggles was, in their eyes, starting to feel a little repetitive. It's the classic Housewives dilemma: be too vulnerable and you're accused of oversharing, be too closed off and you're called fake. The situation also brought up broader discussions about how reality TV portrays women, particularly women over a certain age who are dealing with real-life issues like aging, body image, and mental health. For Emily, her willingness to talk about her insecurities, her struggles with weight, and her marriage was about more than just reality TV drama. It was about being honest in a world that often values surface over substance. But in a franchise where drama sells, Emily's candor can sometimes be a double-edged sword. Her openness makes her relatable, but it also opens her up to criticism, especially from castmates like Heather who value a more curated, picture-perfect approach to life. It's this contrast between the two women that fuels much of their tension. While Heather thrives on control and presentation, Emily is at her most powerful when she lets her guard down, even if it makes her vulnerable to attack. In the end, the drama between Emily and Heather is about more than just a shady comment. It's a clash of personalities, values, and approaches to life in the public eye. Emily Simpson may have been dubbed a professional victim in a snarky confessional, but her response showed that she's anything but. She's a fighter, a survivor, and perhaps most importantly, a woman who refuses to let anyone else define her story. And in the world of The Real Housewives, that might just be the ultimate victory.